Let's talk about how to go from a 9-to-5 job to full-time freelance. I did this over 5 years ago, and I want to walk you through the formula that I used and strategically planned to get to that place. I was working at another studio. I wasn't fully happy there. I wanted more freedom and I wanted to make more money. And I figured freelance was the way to do all of that. At my full-time job, I was making $78,000 a year, which came to about $4,500 every month after taxes. And so I worked for about 8 or 9 months on trying to get the same amount of income with my freelance clients. I slowly went from zero at the beginning of those 8 to 9 months all the way to matching that $4,500 at the end of those 8 to 9 months. And here's how I did that. The first couple of months, I really dedicated my time to making sure that everyone knew I was going to freelance, that people knew that I'm freelancing now, I'm taking more work. Please let me know if you need any design help or if you know anyone else who needs design help. And then a couple months after that, I started to work more on highlighting my portfolio, posting more work on Dribbble and on Instagram and other social channels. Doing this got my work out there and brought in even more work and more referrals and people coming to me that didn't even know me saying, I saw your work on such and such site and I love your work and I would love to work with you. About halfway through that timeline, I was getting somewhere around $2,000 to $3,000 a month working nights and weekends, freelancing on other projects outside of work. And then as I got closer and closer to the end of those 8 or 9 months, I started to make $4,000 a month on freelance alone. And I knew that that was a time that I could step off from one ledge and onto another. I didn't want this to be one of those scenarios where I pulled the plug, stepped off a ledge, closed my eyes, cross my fingers and hope for the best. I wanted to be secure in this answer. I wanted to have confidence knowing that I would have freelance work coming in. So I knew I had my systems in place, I knew I had incoming work, and I knew I could keep posting to get more and more work. This was such a great method to use, and I encourage you to use it too, because freelance life is so much better than working 9 to 5. There's so much more freedom. I was making more money. In the first year of freelance, I made somewhere around $100,000 to $120,000 in my first year, surpassing my salary from my old job. And I also had freedom. I was able to step out. I was able to work in coffee shops, change my location. I was able to step away and come back to work. And that was really important to me for creative work because creativity can't be forced. And freelance life is so much better for creative work. So let me know in the comments below, have you experienced this? Did you go from 9 to 5 to freelance? What did it look like for you? Did anyone else follow this formula? I would love to know your experiences. And also, please subscribe to this channel. I would love to share more educational content with you, and I would love to share more of these experiences with you so that you can have the dream freelance design life that you've been looking for.